trying to change you. Not gonna try to have that talk if you don't want to. Doesn't matter about the crazy backwardness of your views. Doesn't matter about the same shit that we go through. Don't shoot the messenger for something that you can't do. Can't catch a breath, so we're hanging on to all rules.
That. I've been sharing that particular video on my Facebook page just because I love it. The tune is called Without You. And no, that's not Without You, that's Gotta Be. There's two of them. I got mixed up and I like them both, but I think we just played Gotta Be. So the artists behind that are with us this afternoon here on, what's the story on the People Chronicles? Fajjr+ali. Actually, it's Fajjr+ali.
Fajjr+ali, yes.
We'll say it right. Thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're glad to be
here.
I have so many questions about this. I'm not even quite sure where to start. So I guess I'll start with the introduction and how I first found out about you. I know your mom, Rubina, and she told me about the music that you're doing. And you guys met at NYU?
Yeah, so we actually both attended NYU. So our freshman year, through mutual friends, we met, and from there we kind of just hit it off and became really good friends.
Were you music majors?
I studied, so I went to NYU for acting, so I was an acting major, and Fajjr was there.
Yeah, and I was kind of an undecided. I was in like a liberal studies program where you learn the liberal arts and then you matriculate into another school. So I was leaning towards like acting or music. I'd always, I'd loved in high school. I had been in chorus and I had been in theater, so I always thought it would be natural for me to kind of go that way. But I actually ended up transferring out of NYU and I went to Alvernia here in Reading.
Oh.
So yeah, and then there I studied like music and theater, performing arts. So we both kind of have a background a little bit. And he studied a lot in like high school. He was in marching band and stuff. So he's like a huge like musical background that he never talks about. But yeah, so we both kind of studied it a little bit.
What'd you play in marching band since you never talk about it?
So fifth grade, you got to pick an instrument. So I picked the saxophone, and that was the beginning of my musical training. So I was in regular band all through middle school, and the last couple of years of middle school, I joined jazz band too. And then in high school, I wanted to be in band. I wanted to continue playing saxophone, and you were required to do marching band if you wanted to be in band. So I had to wear like this hat with like a feather on it and like all of this crazy uniform. But I played saxophone for all of my 8 years in middle school and high school.
But you're playing not saxophone in Gotta Be.
No, I'm playing keyboard.
Keyboard, right?
Yeah. So keyboard. I always was interested in learning how to play piano, and so when I was in high school, my parents got me like a little keyboard, and I kind of taught myself because I knew how to read music from learning how to play saxophone. So mostly self-taught piano player. When I was in college, I took like one semester of piano lessons to try to like strengthen my skill. But mostly I play keyboard, and one of our songs that we've actually recorded, I play saxophone as well.
Yeah. You do?
So we try to like get that in there when we can, if it fits.
And your instrument is your voice, which is
beautiful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful
Thank
voice.
you. Yeah, it's sometimes I feel like it's not a real instrument, and I'm just always like, because like he's so talented. I'm just be like, I can't do anything. But I think my voice is I've definitely been carrying me. I think.
She's also a very talented piano player as well.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, okay. I started, especially like after we met, when we were both like kind of talking about music, and like he I saw like how he could play the piano and play saxophone. I definitely I told him I always wanted to learn how to play, and my family always had we had a piano in like our foyer area, and I always like used to go and just like mess around and play like chopsticks and stuff. And then when I went to college, there was a piano in the cellar, like this dark, disturbing cellar of like our dorm. I don't even know if you were supposed to be using it. It was like where the laundry room was, and I went down this like dark hallway, and there was a piano in this open room with like mirrors all around it, and I started messing around on that piano, and then like I started going down there every single day.
So you're self-taught?
Kind of, yeah. I watch videos on YouTube and stuff like that. You can learn anything on YouTube now. So,
playing the piano? Yeah. That's what you call talent. And you sing as well, right?
Yeah, so we both like sing, and
I heard it in Without You. Very rich. Really rich vocals. It starts out like that.
Thank you.
No kidding.
Yeah,
so who does the writing?
So I mean, both of us write. I think when we first started, like Without You was the first song we recorded, and I wrote that.
Yeah.
And so we went in, and it was a song I had written with piano and lyrics, and we kind of had both worked on it together after I wrote the lyrics. But since then, it's been like a nice balance. Like for Gotta Be, we were in the studio and we had just recorded Without You, and we were like, while we're here, why don't we try working on another song? And we didn't have anything ready to go. So we both just kind of jumped into the writing process. And so back in, like a lot of our songs have been either a collaboration between us, like the both of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's been more Fajjr, sometimes it's been more me. So we have like a nice healthy mix going on.
Yeah. Tell me the story of Gotta Be. Because I made one up in my head as I was listening and watching this video. And so I have this sense of, oh, that's what they're writing about. And I could see it could go a couple of ways. You tell me what you were writing about.
So I think when we jumped in at Gotta Be, you know, there was a lot of stuff going on around the country and around the world with injustice and police brutality and things like that. And we just wanted to shed light on these kind of social issues that were happening at the time. And so we weren't really sure how to attack such like a general, you know, idea. But we wanted to, at the time, it was kind of came out of this frustration where you have an opinion about something and somebody else might have a completely different opinion, and no matter what you say, you can't change their mind. And so it's like, how do you move forward when you feel so strongly about an issue and you can't change everyone's mind? So we jumped in with that kind of idea, and then I think the biggest thing was that kind of before that is that we just finished recording Without You, and it was, you know, we both love that song. It's like a special place in our heart, but we wanted to make sure that with everything we write, that we don't just write love songs. You know what I mean? Because we're like, you know, obviously
Without You is very relational.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a wonderful song. Like, I love that song, but it's just kind of like we wanted to make sure that we kind of took something on the other end of the spectrum, is that we don't just want to write about love, because, you know, there's many other things in the world. So, and I think we wanted to have this sort of like anthem-y song, a little bit more poppy, you know, something that people might find a little bit more relatable when they hear it, you know what I mean? So and I think we kind of started off of this first line of the song is, let me be quiet because you seem to have all the answers. And then like that was the first line, and then we just kind of went from there, and then everything else just kind of came. And like Ali said, it was he is actually an incredible songwriter, like an established songwriter. Like in senior year, he wrote his own like play and musical and stuff like that. So I think for me, it was something I wanted to do, and I was just very nervous. I wasn't very comfortable with my writing skills or anything like that, and like he helped me a lot, and I've learned a lot from him. So that was kind of the first song where like we got to collaborate, and I got out of my comfort zone a little bit, and that's what came out of it.
It was very much a statement as I watched it and listened to it. It's a relationship based when you incorporate that video into it, but very much a statement about kind of where we are as a society, and it's done so beautifully.
Thank you.
I mean, and isn't that where we are, and stuck in a way?
Right.
This is what I think. This is what you think. Where is that middle place in between?
Exactly.
And without giving it away, the characters, if you will, and then your thought process found that space in the middle, which is like became then the hope. There's this hope.
Yeah, definitely.
That we're left with.
I think we kind of, one of the things we wanted to make sure we did is, even though it has a somewhat political message, we didn't want to make it too kind of, you know, like, you know, very, you know,
I picked up on that.
blatant.
I was wondering if that's what you meant.
It definitely is. It's a little subtle, but it's there. But we wanted to make sure the music video didn't kind of take a certain side. So we kind of thought, like, you know, there's this way of using kids. It's like a very simple story. There's these kids just having a fight about a simple thing, but we're hoping that people would realize that there was something much bigger at play, you know what I mean? Just like with this kid's situation, and just, you know. When
you portrayed it against the backdrop of two kids having a disagreement, it made it very real. You think, well, this is surmountable, and here's how you do it.
Yeah.
So who choreographed that and put that together? Was it the students at...
Yeah, so we were really fortunate enough to work. We filmed it in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and they have a great nonprofit organization in their downtown area, and it's called the Escape Dance Company. And they work with a lot of kids from the area, and so we were able to reach out to them and ask them if they would like to be involved in our video, and they were happy to do it, and we were so grateful for that. And so they choreographed the whole thing themselves.
They did that.
Yeah. So we kind of,
remarkable job.
When we jumped in for filming, they like had this whole choreographed piece like ready to go. They were really fantastic.
And I think the choreographers, there's two amazing women who actually do a lot of the teaching and the choreography, Portia McDuffie and Dawn Blanco, and they're just these incredible women who just give all of their time, you know, to like teach these kids, and you know what I mean? They just like, they really love it. And actually, I'm pretty sure like Portia and Dawn were actually both like on the Queen Latifah show, like they're, you know what I mean? Yeah, so like they're nationally acknowledged as like these incredible women. So, and we definitely saw that when we were recording the video. We just saw the pure, you know, just love they have for what they're doing.
Well, speaking of nationally acknowledged, so we're Fajjr+ali. You guys have a producer, and you just came back from LA. Yay! That is very cool. So what's the next thing that's going to happen?
So yeah, we're kind of figuring out. We've been working on this for actually almost 2 years now. Like this Fajjr+ali as a duo, and it's taken a long time, and we've learned a lot of lessons as we jumped into recording and writing and everything. So we actually finally just finished recording and completing, everything's mixed and mastered, our 6 new songs that we're hoping to release as an EP. And then we have our first 2 songs that you mentioned, Gotta Be and Without You. So now we're kind of in business mode, trying to figure out how we're going to package everything, how we're going to get it out into the world, and hopefully, you know, get to reach a wide audience with our music. So we're kind of figuring it out.
I think next time maybe I can't put you on the spot and say sing some a cappella here. Really?
I mean, what would you say?
I mean, like, you know, I'm sure we could sing something.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you want to, I can then say we've got Fajjr+ali right here in the People Chronicles studio performing.
We're not warmed up or anything,
but exactly.
Yeah, no. What should we sing?
Spacewalk? I don't know. I don't know if we...
Yeah, we could sing Spacewalk. We have, let's ask you, what do you want? We have some kind of like something a little bit more dancier, something a little bit slower.
We have a studio audience.
Yeah, right.
Dancier,
Studio
slower.
audience.
We have a studio audience here. What's
do you want happy? Do you want sad? Do you want...
Always happy.
Always
Always
happy.
happy. Love it.
That's
Yes.
a good thing. Okay, yeah, let's sing. I can sing Spacewalk.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
We'll go.
How long should we go for?
As long as you want.
All right.
We can go through to the chorus, maybe.
Sure.
The second chorus.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. This is called Spacewalk.
So there's background behind this song. So most of the stuff that we've recorded, we've written on the piano with the lyrics and everything, and we've gone into a studio with a producer and kind of added on other instrumentation. For this song, it was really cool because we're working with this producer in LA, and he was like, "Hey, I have this beat. Do you guys want to sing over it?" And it was like amazing beat.
It was incredible.
So we were like, okay. So we wrote on top of his song that was already created. So it was a really cool experience for us.
Yeah,
So
it was we hadn't ever written anything like that quickly together, just like at all in that environment. And he literally just turned the beat on and locked us in the room. He
like,
walked out.
Right.
He's like, okay, right. I'm gonna and he closed the door, and him and I were just sitting in this windowless room, and we're just like, okay, I guess we have to write this song now. And it ended up being this kind of cool, dancey. It's kind of like one of those nonsense like hip hop songs, but it's cool. It's definitely
spontaneous is
Yeah,
coming to mind as I listen to the two of you, and this is spontaneous. This is wonderful.
Okay, yeah, this is spontaneous. Okay. Look at my feet. Look at the flow, you don't like it. Hey, look, there's a dough, shoulders rocking, heads bopping, coats dropping, everybody stopping. You can join me, just don't crowd me. I need my radius, nobody around me. It's a spacewalk, y'all space rocks. I'm a meteor, so now let's drop. Come with me, I'm cruising past these galaxies and going up. Watch my speed and know I'm flying till I make it to the top. Just move and make sure you don't stop. And don't lose it, cause we gon' make it drop.
Take me so far away with you. I need to fly far from here to the dark side of the moon. You people so gravity, you want me to fall through. But when I get up in space, I'm putting this on cruise. Come with me, I'm cruising past these galaxies and going up. Watch my speed and know I'm flying till I make it to the top.
Just move and make sure you don't stop. Don't lose it, cause we gon' make it drop.
Wow! I am so honored. And yes, they are musical instruments. That is remarkable. That is pure talent, and we are so lucky. My goodness.
Thank you.
Very, very
We love to do it, so someone asked us.
Oh, wow. I could just hang out with these guys on a bus, walking through the city.
Yeah.
I can hear you
We're on buses all the time. So.
This is Fajjr+ali. Look for their music. Is their name for the first album yet?
No,
We're
unfortunately.
working on that? Okay.
We have been
Titles
talking.
are so hard for us, and for me, like
I don't know if
songs
you
are
can-
actually kind of easy because you can pick like one word out of a song
You
and be like,
guys
"This
just
is the name of it."
went with that.
Yeah, no, I think as you can tell from our name, like it's literally just our first names put together because we were trying to decide a band name, and like
That's it.
we would come up with stuff, and like he would think of something, and we'd think it sound cool, and I'm just like, in a year I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna be like, oh, what are we thinking? You know what I mean? It's so lame or something, because like things become cool and are not cool so quickly.
This
so I'm
is
like,
true.
let's just use our names. It's gonna.
They will always be cool.
They will.
Right.
They will.
Hopefully.
I don't know. We'll always be cool, but yeah, our names will
Yes,
always
you
be cool.
will.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. This has been an amazing treat. Thank you very, very much for sharing your time and your talent. And that's What's the Story with Fajjr+ali.
Thank you.
Want to know more about who's doing what in Berks County? Check out the stories on thepeoplechronicles.com.
These community stories are made possible in part by BCTV, Susie Ray Design, Queen City Family Restaurant, Lamar Advertising, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, Reading Air, Lions and Hole, Peanut Bar, and Kutztown University.